Today I want to speak about becoming mishtatef in a havurah. You see, you have to go to Acts chapter 17 and see that when Rav Shaul was street preaching in Athens, there were a few people who, and let me read this to you from the Orthodox Jewish Bible. It says, and this actually happened. It says, "Thus did Rav Shaul go out from the midst of them, and some anashim, some people, became mishtatef in the havurah of Rav Shaul, in that they had imunah, among whom were," and then it gives their names. Now, the word mishtatef, it means to join. And we have to realize that salvation is of the Jews. Yohanan chapter 4, verse 22. And when you join up, you are joining up with not only Rav Shaul, but the Kehillah in Yerushalayim, the Adat B'nai Yisrael, the Messianic Hazikanim, the elders. And these are the Nevi'im who gave us the Jewish Greek Brit Hadashah. Notice I said Greek. Friend, this is being attacked on so many different fronts. These people who say, no, it was originally written in Aramaic or it was originally written in Hebrew, so they undermine the Jewish Greek. The Septuagint Jewish Greek document that is the distillation of the Brit Hadashah. They undermine that. Then you have these black Israelites. No, friend, Ruth was not a southern white shiksa who joined up with a Schwarzer named Boaz. No, you got it all wrong. It's not about you. It's about the Jews. You say, oh yes, the Jews, the Jews, the Jews. We are the Jews. No, friend, you are not the Jews. We're talking about you remember the saying, how odd of God to choose the Jews? Well, he did. He chose the Jewish people. And there was a remnant of the Messianic believers right before the Hurban, when the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed. And they met these Zikanim of the Adat B'nai Yisrael. And we read about the meeting they had in Acts chapter 15. And they were handing on the Messianic Mazorah once for all, delivered to the Kadoshim. And that must be handed down. And that must be preached. And it can't be contaminated by your cult ideas or your liberal doctrines. Because Acts chapter 17 is not about religious freelancers starting splinter groups, friends. It's about getting connected to the Havurah of the Ruach HaKodesh. Remember what it says in 1 Yohanan? It says, our Havurah is with the Elohim Ha'av and the Ruach HaKodesh. And your Havurah must be with us. And we're not sitting around a coffee table with some white magic religious witch and making that our so-called believing community. No, friend. No. Salvation is of the Jews. And we don't want any Michigas, black Israelite, or Aryan nation white supremacist religionists to get us off track. And that's why the Orthodox Jewish Bible is very important, because it brings you back to the real Kehillah, the one that you must be mishtatef havurah. You got to join that fellowship.